am Clara Angelina Diaz, and I want to welcome you to ClaraFying TV, the place to be for life and business wisdom for spiritual entrepreneurs. And today I am so excited to be with Marcia Coakley. Marcia, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, Clara. It's a treat. It's really a thrill.
I'm so excited to have you here. You guys, every month I'm going to be bringing to you a video about, either health, money, a different area of your life, success, your career, and how we can move our businesses and our lives forward. And today, Marcia's going to talk to us about the things that she does to help entrepreneurs and help everyone with their health, from movement to nutrition to meditation. So I'm so excited that you're here today.
I'm glad to share this great information.
So tell us a little bit about what you're doing with your website is danceofhealth.com.
Yeah, Dance of Health is a combination of the things that matter most to me and who I think should matter to all of you. Okay. And what I've learned over many years of paying attention to fitness and nutrition, those things weave together, but we need to look at the body and the wholeness of ourselves. Right. And so I'm interested in having people learn about how to take care of when they're not feeling whole, when they're not feeling, I call it unhappiness, unhappy in the body, unhappy self. And I'd like to have people find their way.
So when you say when people are not feeling whole, do you mean like when people sometimes, when you don't want to get up in the morning?
Oh yeah, that's a good indicator. Yeah. Getting up, how you feel when you wake up. Are you getting restful sleep? Are you feeling that your body is doing is it able to do all the things you'd like it to do? Okay. And what we find is that people don't pay attention because they're not taught how to. And we want to, I want people to know more about what their bodies are capable of and sustaining that and actually increasing it for their whole life. There's no reason why you should lose function.
Yeah, it's very true. And, that's why I make it a point every day to exercise. I don't want to leave one day without doing something for my body. So I know that you have some tips for us today that you want to share with our listeners. And the first tip, what is that? What is that number one tip?
Well, the tips are all based on the same principle, which is paying attention or bringing awareness to what's going on. And that requires a kind of a skill set or a practice that most of us have not been exercising. And so I invite you to find what it is you need to do to tune in. And it might be that you go to classes. It might be that you use a fitness experience. It might be that you do meditation. All these things are things we can talk about. But it is about how you notice what's going on. And that requires just doing it every day. And letting yourself find your way and using the support systems that are out there. I teach.
So number one, Marcia, so I just want to make sure that we clarify that first step, right? The first step we want to do is have awareness.
Have awareness.
Right? Like, I know what my body needs. I know. There's been times in the past when I've decided not to eat so healthy, and I start to feel tired, because I've eaten like too much bread or too much pasta. So like just knowing, right? Like, man, I'm not feeling my best. Just having that awareness, right?
Having the awareness of what doesn't work and then being able to make a different choice. So choosing each day, say, okay, well, that didn't work so well, or maybe it was worth it. You had a fling. You had a fling with food. That's,
had a fling. I like that one.
We do have cravings. We do have things that interest us, and different people have different experiences. Everybody's body's different.
Right.
So you have the responsibility to get to know your body. And you may have some ideas, and you may have some experiences that have given you some tips, like paying it, so noticing, that didn't feel so hot. Right. And so using that information to build a choice assortment. Right. Whether it's how you eat, whether you do nutritional support with supplements that are the kind that really feed your body, not just things you throw down your throat. And how you find exercise in your life, how you find a functional way to be. So being aware, and then paying attention to what's going on. And you could call it spirit, you could call it emotional connection, whatever it is that tunes you into the truth for you. And giving that some space.
So talk to us a little bit about that, giving that some space.
Many people talk about meditation. They talk about different forms of that word can mean different things and bring different ideas to people's minds. I'm interested in people understanding it to be creating space, creating some quiet in your mind, turning off. And thoughts come and go. Hey, they come and go.
So doing something that creates space in your mind.
Space in your mind and letting that be, the quiet time, I call it. I learned it from some various people who've inspired me. And giving yourself 5 minutes, giving yourself 15 minutes, giving yourself 20 minutes. 20 minutes is even better, but even just 5 every day as a practice.
So saying creating space in your mind and also creating space in your schedule.
Well, there you go. Yeah, there you go. It is the choice of saying it's a priority. And that practice is something we all can use. And the truth is that it applies to everything. We were talking about this. All of these skill sets are things that will enhance every area. Practicing paying attention in every area.
Right.
Practicing paying attention to what your thoughts, what you can do to create room in your mind. When I do meditation at the end of a class where we're doing body work and then we lay down for just a few minutes or a minute even, just creating the space.
This is a great segue for us to talk about what you do with dance, which I absolutely have to share with you guys. Marcia is a Nia instructor, and Nia is a form of dance that I discovered 2 years ago that embodies meditation and martial arts and movement and awareness, and it's awesome. And Marcia, please, so tell us about, because I know one of the tips that you were talking to me about was, conscious movement and in a practical way for a person to find fitness in their life.
Yeah, so I've been a mover person, a body person my whole life, but not everybody had that opportunity. But I knew that at some point along the way that I wasn't moving as much as I used to, and I felt the lack of it. And I was looking for ways, and just taking a dance class wasn't cutting it. It just wasn't feeding me, wasn't giving me a holistic, a whole understanding of my whole self. And I wasn't moving in a way that felt authentic to me.
Right.
And so someone said, you should check out Nia. I said, I don't know what that is. So it's N-I-A, Nia. It's been around for 30 years. Not everybody's bumped into it. It's all over the world, but just here and there. You have to maybe seek it out. Nianow.com is their site. But again, I've been a practitioner and a teacher for about 10 years. And it's a gift. It's a gift of dance, martial arts, healing arts. All of those things woven together, 9 movement forms that bring us awareness on lots of levels. So we're tuning into awareness when we're practicing the choreography, the structure, and the unstructured free movement opportunities. We have a way to experience it in our own bodies, in our own way. And it is individual to each person. Please.
How happy I feel when I get, oh my God, when I leave Nia. I am so thankful for having gone to the class, for tuning into my body. And what I love the most is the intention. Like you said, an intention before the class.
Yes.
I absolutely
It's a
love
conscious choice process. It's not just random show up and shake it. Shaking it is great. I love to shake it. We shake it a lot, don't we?
Yeah, we do shake
But we shake it with a focus, with an awareness of, let's pay attention to whatever it is, whether it's the base being grounded into the earth or whether it's, any number. It can be anything. It's unlimited. And it's fabulous because it brings each person, if they choose to really dive in, to a level of intensity that is at your level. And a level of awareness that is deepening at every time, at every practice.
Yeah.
So out of that, you have, and it may be that other things float your boat. So find the thing that floats your boat that brings you, but pay attention to how your body's working. Use the skills that go with that practice, whatever it is, so that you are safe and you can maximize the possibility of fitness and have a great time doing it.
So we go back again to paying attention, number 1, and number 2, finding something, some type of fitness that works for you and that is conscious, right? That you're consciously doing this type of movement or exercise for your well-being, right?
Exactly. Finding your body's way. That is actually the language of Nia.
Finding your body's way.
We have this anatomy. We have this body. We're all, kind of bipedal, and we function pretty much the same way, sort of. But we've all had our history. We've had our journeys, what we've learned, what we have genetically, what we have, our experiences, good and bad. And we have baggage, emotional, physical, all those things. We've had accidents, we've had whatever. But we have this now. And so we're here now with this body, our body's way. And it's going to be different for me than for you doing the same move or with the same guidance. And so we get to find, where am I today with it? How deep do I want to take that? How much do I want to work that? How long can I sustain that? Does that feel good? If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. Because if you're hurting yourself, then you have to do all that work to get back to wellness. So we want to find, what's your enough? That's actually a great part of the language. What's your enough?
What's your enough specific for you? What exercise way is good for you? Like for me, I love salsa. Oh my goodness. Like I could dance salsa forever and ever. And it's such a great form of exercise, especially for your core. Because when you're spinning, you have to.
The truth is that all movement really should be. It's not always taught with that focus. We pay attention with salsa because the rhythm and the music and the style and the sexuality is all woven in there. But that's the culture of salsa. But it's the core is holding you up all the time. So functional fitness is using that verticality of being a human being and working it so that it is maximized. So you are at your best and can be that way through the rest of your life. I want people to have that functionality, get down to the earth, get back up again. It's not a big deal. Shouldn't be. Most people forget about getting down on the ground. Hey, I've had older women come to me and work with me when they were getting ready to have their great-grandchild. And they said, I want to be able to get down. And she wasn't that old. She actually had kids. There was an interesting timeline, but she was able to increase her balance, increase her strength, increase her mobility, get down on the ground, no problem.
Wonderful.
But she had to choose that.
Is that mostly the population you work with, older folks? Or?
I'm working with. I'm focusing my nutrition and wellness and movement with, say, women 40 and up.
Okay.
But anybody can probably learn from all the things that are true for them as well. And there are some specifics we can dive into with women, but these are truths for being human. But I'm closing in on 60, and I'm proud of it.
Wow, you
should be.
And
you should be very proud. My days aren't the same as they when I was 30, but I'm better in a lot of areas. Much better, because Nia has taken me to paying attention and and crafting my awareness and my body.
So another piece that I also wanted to talk to you about is, in looking at our entire life, we also have to think about our finances, and how abundant we are in our lives. Health is, I think, number one, but then how does that translate into your bank account?
If you're not able to sustain financially, health is no fun. And if you sustain financially and your health is out the window, then neither is that a good choice. So the idea is to sustain in all areas. So it does matter to me that people have an understanding of personal economy, and that means not being, I don't want to say victim, because I don't want to go there.
Okay.
But not being, taking responsibility for it so that you're not at someone else's whim, So being an employee can be limiting. It can be wonderful, but it could also be limiting. So having options for financial reward in other areas, taking responsibility, creating some personal business.
Like a second source of income.
A second source of income, something that inspires you to make your life better, but also because it also helps other people. The more people you help, the more you do well. Yes. That's a good karma.
Absolutely.
It's also a great business model.
Yes, and I know that on your website you have more information on that, on the opportunity for financial freedom for yourself in the health industry.
It is.
Correct? And so if
you're helping people get healthy, and we're helping them find the solutions that reduce stress and create longevity for wellness in all areas.
Right, so the website to go for that is danceofhealth.com, and you can find more information on Marcia Coakley, on Nia, and where she's teaching dance. She's an amazing teacher, and her wellness coaching, and also the opportunity of being financially free through creating a second source of income in the health industry, right? In the health industry.
Absolutely.
So
Health and nutrition.
Yeah, health and nutrition. So I want to thank you so much for being part of my journey here and, clarifying your life, and just so excited to be able to bring you this information. What we want to leave you with is one question. What are you doing this year to make this the best year of your life? What are you doing in your health, in your finances? We want to hear from you. Give us tips. Let us know what you're doing so then we can share it with others. Because that's what really is all about.
Yeah.
It's really about lifting ourselves through lifting others. It doesn't matter how you're doing it, through your business or in your job, whatever you're doing, like this is the focus for me for this year. And I hope that it is for all of us.
Yeah, let's keep it simple and get going.
Keep it simple. I love it. Keep it simple and get going. Yes. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.